Hey Pathways, what's going on? This is the Daily Dose. We're gonna jump right into it. Yesterday I talked a little bit about the second time that the Israelites attempted to come into the Promised Land, but I wanna rewind a little bit and go to the first time that this happens, because there's an incredible character in this story that I think has an amazing faith that you guys need to hear about. See, what's happening here is this is the book of Numbers, chapter 13, and Aaron and Moses, they're leading the Hebrew people out of Egypt and into the Promised Land, right? This is the first time that that happens. And so what they do is they send out 12 spies, one from each tribe of Israel, and they send them into the land to spy and figure out what's going on and report back. Now, when they report back, the reports that they bring back are terrifying. They're terrified, they're scared. There's giants and strong people in huge cities. Basically what they say is this, that the people that they're about to come across, they are like the 90s Bulls, okay? They are like undefeated. They're hard to beat. You see, after this, the Israelites, they demand to go back to Egypt. They demand to go back to the captivity, the slavery that they had fled from. But there's a young man by the name of Caleb, and Caleb is one of those spies. And Caleb stands up in verse 30 and he says something absolutely incredible. Check this out. It says, "Then Caleb silenced the people before Moses and said, 'We should go up and take possession of land, for we can certainly do it.'" Now, how could Caleb do that, right? Look at what they were up against. They were up against a force they definitely couldn't beat. Well, it's because you see, faith, it was something that Caleb had. He had faith that God would give them the land that he promised. You see, ultimately, Caleb was looking back at all of the other times in his life that he'd watched God show up. He watched God part the Red Sea. He watched the pillar of fire that allowed them to continue walking through the night. He watched miracle after miracle after miracle. He watched manna and quail fall from heaven. This dude saw God's faithfulness in his past, and because of that, he could see God's faithfulness in his future. Now, ultimately, the Israelites would turn back as a result of this disobedience, and they would end up wandering for 40 years. See, Caleb had faith because he could look back at those miracles. Here's what I want you to do today. I bet you that if you were to look in your past, if you were to look at the last 5 years of your life, my guess is that you probably could see God's hand moving. See, one of the cool things that we have when it comes to our faith is because we can see God moving in our past, and he's the same yesterday, today, and forever, we know what he's gonna do with our future. This has been the Daily Dose. We'll catch you guys tomorrow.